Hello everybody, this is the Vikstrand, and yes, we will go to a very nice Tuscan town in a second, but I'm just going to have to get something that has been grinding my gears for about 25 years. You see, I'm a huge fan of hard rock, rock and metal of all kinds. People who knows me knows this. And I think that the representation of my music is very poorly presented when Hollywood does anything that has to do with metal. Because either you go the Drew Barrymore in Charlie's Angels routine when she says, oh, when we were rebellious and we were listening to metal. What metal was that, you ask? Well, Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. Good album, not metal, fuck off. Or you do what is more common. You present metal with this grindcore bullshit or this death metal, death sludge or some shit like that. I hate that kind of music. I hate it. If you like it, I still fucking hate it. So, this movie is another good example of the art of self-defense, because when Jesse Eisenberg's doofy little character is going to try to man up, the suggestion is that he go and listening to metal because it is masculine and it will make him a badass or something like that. Now he goes to some kind of record store and he picks out a CD by Full of Hell. Now, do you know why that was the only copy left? Because nobody wanted to fucking buy it, you idiot. And because if you're going to tell the audience that he's listening to metal, you cannot just have some good metal. You have to have something extreme that tells the audience he's listening to metal. It's brutal. It sounds like somebody's raping an orchestra or something like that. Because I mean, there is so much good music you could have had. I mean, this is excellent. 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 This is mega excellent. However, you can make the argument that melodic metal or hard rock like this wouldn't have worked in the art of self-defense. But what would have worked, and what would have been good music, and what would have worked with the theme, and what would also have worked with what the sensei said, why didn't you use this? Rammstein. Because he has already said that he should learn German. And it would have been heavy, it would have been something different. It would have been something else than fucking Full of Hell. But and enough about me and my music. Let's take a look at the movie The Art of Self-Defense from a Small Town somewhere in Tuscany. Take it away, me from a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, well, thanks to me from Sweden to clarify that about metal. But now we're gonna talk about the art of self-defense a little bit. But the question we all have to ask ourselves is, can Jesse Eisenberg play anything else than socially awkward, stuck-up guys? I guess he can, but this is the thing he does best. It is the thing he does better than anything else he does acting-wise, and I wouldn't change it for any other stuff. So in this movie he plays another socially awkward guy who is an accountant. Insert your favorite accountant joke by Jerry Seinfeld here. He doesn't do that much with his life. He takes French classes in his car, and he has his dog that he loves, and his life doesn't really seem to go anywhere. His life seems to go even less anywhere when he walks home one night and gets beaten up by guys on motorcycle for no apparent reason. This makes him a bit traumatized and even more socially awkward and even more isolated. But this all changed when he starts taking karate class at a dojo. He do this not only because he wants to defend himself to any further attacks, but he also wants to try to, build self-esteem and, stuff like that. However, trying to become more self-confident and stuff like that doesn't go too well, and the self-defense doesn't go too well either. But the sensei, played by Alessandro Nivola, yes, that's Pollux Troy from Face Off, takes a very special interest in him and says to him, well, you need to change yourself a little bit. Stop with this French class, learn German instead and get rid of that dog. It's not very masculine for you. This far in the movie, this movie has been a very, very funny, very awkwardly structured comedy, which you have no idea where it's going. And I just love a couple of the lines that is so amazingly deadpan delivered by Eisenberg. But things are about to change for this movie, because this movie makes a very, very sharp left turn, and it changes its atmosphere, it changes its genre to more of a drama, crime, thriller thingy, and the mood just poof changes. Now it goes from a movie I have no idea where it's going to another movie that I don't know where it's going, but I did like the first part a little bit better. Now they are able to recover from this by a hilarious and extremely clever ending, which I think is downright one of the saving graces of this movie. I still think this movie is pretty terrific, but that ending is so great simply because they took something from the start you had no idea about, and then they flipped it on its head, and it was amazing. Jesse Eisenberg is great. Alessandro, who plays the sensei, he's great. The other cast characters have a lot of stuff going on for themselves too, and I love the offbeat tone this movie has. It isn't fantastic or anything like that, but it does have its own unique charm, and you have no idea where this one is going, or you claim to do, but I think you're lying. I love this movie for how unique it is. I love it for how unpredictable it is. I love this movie for how very, very quirky and entertaining it is. Changing of the tone and the changing of the genre is not for everybody, and I would have liked this to be more of an offbeat comedy, but we can't have everything, can we? But I still give this one a pretty good 72 points, and if you have a chance to see it, then see it, because I think it's pretty great. I'll see you next time from so-and-so reviewing such and such. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.